Hi everyone, it's Lindsay Knight and I'm here to teach you how to connect with the tarot for free. And so, you got to be excited. Here we are. We're going to connect with the cards. So I'm going to bring you here. We're going to go for a little ride. So the first thing, of course, once you bring the deck out of the box, is I want you just to shuffle. And this is just kind of like, you can sort of look at it as kind of a handshake. It's like, I don't want to expose you too much, but I wanted just to kind of move you around in my hands. And so this is really like this introduction. And in some ways, it's like having a conversation with your deck. It's very similar to when you first meet someone. And so as you're shuffling, I want you just to have a conversation. It's like, wow, like, I'm so excited. It's like creating this bond. And just the energy of shuffling in itself is such a beautiful connection. So and it's really about just shuffling. And it's just kind of moving around the cards, placing them down. You can kind of just split them up. But it's really where the cards get to feel your energy and you get to feel the energy of the deck. And it sounds really crazy, but it's not. It's really important. You have an energy, I have an energy, everyone's energy is different, and it's the kind of energy that you're placing into the cards. And this really is your first introduction. So you may want to shuffle again. Like, I can't even remember how many years I spent just doing this, just shuffling my deck. And then cutting them again. And then shuffling. So it's just finding your groove with the shuffle. It's huge. Me, I used to be able to bridge a deck. I swear I think I came out of the womb being able to bridge a deck. So it's like even being able to see the different ways you want to shuffle. So it's the introduction of the shuffle. I mean, your shuffle's going to be different than my shuffle. But again, it's like an introduction. And at the same time, just connecting. Sometimes when you're feeling a little bit more bold, you shuffle. And it's so bizarre to think that there's an intimacy in shuffling, but there is. And then when you're ready, I always want to just feel the need to cut. And cut. And then when you're ready, it's where you turn them over. And the first thing that I want you to do, I don't want you to think about anything else. I want you just to look at the beautiful color that you see in your cards. And I want you to connect with the energy of the emotion connected to the color. Don't worry about what you see. Don't worry about the image. Don't worry about anything else. I want you just to see what red feels like for you. What yellow feels like for you. What white or orange. But I want you just to feel the cards in terms of color. And it's just being able to go through. Some of them have lots of color. Some of them not so much. Some of them have yellow behind them. So it's really just being able to see the color. Some hardly have any color. So it's really being able to, what I'm asking you to do is just to connect to the cards by the color alone. And it's like kind of like this first time that you're actually connecting with each deck, but you're not asking anything of it. You're just appreciating the color. And so go through all the deck. I mean, I love the fact, like just even reminding myself, there's so much yellow in this deck. And I love yellow. And for me, yellow really speaks of the mind and intuition and thought. So, I mean, it's just being able to sort of look at the color. And if the color speaks to you, then that is a really good sign. Now, this next exercise, which sort of is connected with the color, I want you to go through and look at the actual symbol of the card. Not necessarily the meaning. You're not asking for the card to show you the meaning, but to show you the symbol in each card. For instance, here in this particular card, there's a hoe, there's mountains, there's leaves, and it's being able to sort of look. This particular card, obviously she has a blade, but there's roses around her. She has a crown. So it's really when you look at all the symbols, because tarot is about symbols. Every single symbol that is on a card is there for a reason. So I want you just to go through. Here there's like a kind of like a gateway or kind of like a bridge. This one, there's a sunflower. So I want you just to look at the symbols and what they represent to you. Here, there's a boat. What does a boat represent to you? There's water. There's mountains in the background. Here, there's a garland. So I want you just to look. This one looks very like there's a lot of, it has like a church energy to it. Here's the moon. So I want you to look at the particular symbols in the card. Here, this person has a hat, and their hat is really red. You know, so I mean, it's just beautiful for you to be able to see. Back here, there's like this castle or some sort of structure in the background. Here, there's cups, and they're toppled over, and it's just being able to look at all of the symbols. Here there's a bird, here there's leaves. So it's where you look at all the symbols that you see. Star, there's another bird, there's trees, there's jugs. It's like really being able to connect what the symbols represent to you in terms of meaning. And this takes a little while. Like, it isn't like you go through it really quickly. Like, you just sort of go, wow, like, here's this guy and he's got all these sticks and he's got his arms around the sticks and he seems to be just pushing them. But it's like just being able to see the symbols from the images, not knowing what the particular symbols are necessarily, but just what you pick up from what's in front of you. Here you have like this castle and there's a garland, and just being able to look at all of the cards. Here there's a ship. Here there's flowers. So the first exercise is I want you just to go through all of the symbols, all of the beautiful images that you see and what they mean to you. Here, there's bird wings. And it's just working through all of them. What do you feel when you see mountains? What do you feel when you see rivers? What do you feel when you see the moon? So, I mean, originally, when you look at tarot, it is all about symbols. And so that's the first exercise. Being able to look at all the beautiful color, being able to see all of the beautiful symbols and the images, even with the people. Are they looking at you straight? Do they have their head turned? Are they sitting? Are they standing? Are they leaning back? Are they alone? Are they with someone else? These are all the things I want you just to spend some time, just being able to sort of see and just from the image itself and what you pick up from that. And so this is, I'm just excited for you. And so take your time. It's not something that's just going to be just kind of whipped through. It's where you go through them and just feel the energy of the symbols, feel the energy of the colors, feel the energy of the combination of the two. I mean, you know, if one of the figures in the image is wearing a white dress, that's very different than someone who's wearing a red dress. If a person is sitting with their arms crossed, that's very different than if the image has their arms up. So I want you just to connect with the image and the color. And I hope you have fun doing so. And so for now, we'll close in lesson 5.